imagine that you were donating money to a charity, right? Children's charity, or some sort of non-profit organization, right? You were donating money of your free will, like you were willingly donating money to that organization. You'll probably feel good about it, right? You're helping an independent organization, one that's actually dedicated and committed to actually, helping, society. You feel pretty good about it, right? I'm pretty sure you would. Otherwise, why would you do it, right? But next thing you know, the government comes in and says, as of today, it is required that you give this money to this organization because it's the law. And if you don't, you're going to jail for it. Or in this case, we're going to fine you. We're going to take away your money anyway. Would you still feel good giving money to that organization, knowing that now you have to give it to them, not because you want to, but because you have to? It wouldn't feel as good. In fact, you'll probably get mad, right? Because you're no longer donating that money because out of the kindness of your heart. It's because the government's telling you to do so. Now, personally, I think that, yeah, we should have a cleaner environment. I think that we should recycle things that should be recycled, but I don't think the government has any right to tell you what you should and shouldn't recycle. When California decides to fine CVS for failing to redeem recyclables, kind of shows you what the problems are with an invasive government. Okay, imagine if the government comes in and says, "Sir, apparently you are not recycling. You're not redeeming your recyclable bottles that you're collecting. So therefore, we have to fine you $3.6 million for doing this." It's insane. Like, it really is. You're literally being told to do something that you are gonna do, or you just don't want to do. Some people don't want to recycle, and to some degree, I judge. Sure, I do not like people who don't recycle. But at the end of the day, it's their choice. It's not my job to dictate my will onto them. If anything, I can try to convince them. But at the end of the day, they're humans. They have a right to do whatever the hell they want. I can't force them to do it. The best way to win people over to your side is not by forcing them to do something they don't want to do. Is by convincing them, explaining to them, right? But the problem is that people like, the leftists and states like California, they think that their ideas are so good they have to be mandatory. I actually have a shirt. I actually have a shirt that says socialism. Ideas so good they have to be mandatory because nothing speaks like a good idea than having it be mandatory. Oops, sorry. What is that? Nothing is better than having an idea that is so good they have to be mandatory. And like I said, I don't mind recycling. I think a lot of people should recycle, but I'm not fine with the government telling businesses, and in some cases maybe even individuals. I don't know if we've gone to that point yet, but fining businesses for not redeeming recyclables. Okay, that kind of shows you the problems with an invasive government. That's why I have the problem. I can agree with the idea of, yes, people should recycle. But when you're forcing them to do it, it's not helping your cause. It's not. Like I said, if you were donating money to an organization of your own choice, meaning that you were willingly giving them money, you probably feel good. But then the government comes in and tells you, if you do not give these people money, you're gonna be fined. We're gonna sue you. We're gonna fine you. We're gonna take your money anyway, right? Then you're gonna be like, oh, why does the government tell me I have to give to this organization? Ah, it doesn't feel as good. It won't. It won't feel as good. But let's see what's the issue here. Why is California, finding CBS? Now, obviously, we know why, but why? Well, why is CBS not redeeming recyclables? That's what I want to know. So it's from the Hill. Title reads: California finds CBS $3.6 million for failing to redeem recyclables. California is finding CBS 3.6 million for failing to redeem recyclables at some of its locations. A Monday release said. This is, of course, CBS Pharmacy, if you're not aware. The California Department of Resource Recycling and Recovery is charging the pharmacy company with an enforcement action for failing to meet requirements to accept California's deposits on recycled bottles and cans, the release said. The enforcement action was filed last week. In California, stores located in convenience zones that do not have associated recycling centers must allow customers to redeem California Redemption value beverage containers or face $100 per day fines. The requirement is designed to support recycling and ensure people have easy access to recycling, according to the release. 81 of CVS's 848 stores across California did not take the redemption value, did not pay the fee, or did not submit an affidavit explaining how they would follow redemption standards. CVS will owe $1.8 million for $100 per day fees as of October 31st, and another $1.8 million for civil penalties. The department will also request reimbursement for investigation costs. Okay, so apparently, I'm guessing from, I could be wrong. I might have actually misinterpreting this, but I think the point is that CVS is being mandated to accept recyclable bottles. I think that's what it. Let me see. Let me see. Design requirements designed to support recycling. Okay, so I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing they're supposed to accept recyclable bottles. I'm guessing. I could be wrong. Let's see. to accept California's deposits on. Okay, so I guess they're supposed to be accepting bottles. But here's the thing though. This is why I'm not a big fan of big government. I agree we should have some government, but when governments are getting involved in people's personal businesses and lives, it becomes a problem. Like I said, imagine doing something good from the kindness of your heart. And next thing you know, the government comes in and mandates that you continue to donate to this charity because it's the law, and if you stop, you're gonna be fined. It's insane. That's why I have a problem with a really big and intrusive government, because at some point they're gonna mandate that you do everything they tell you to do. Like I said, socialism idea is so good they have to be mandatory, because nothing says better than forcing your own ideology down people's throats. Okay, but let's keep going. CVS will owe 1.8 million. Actually, I already read that. Sorry. Today's action sends a message that we will hold retailers accountable for refunding customers their nickel and dime recycling deposits. Jared Blumenfeld, the California Secretary for Environmental Protection, said in the statement, "Everyone must do their part as we work to protect our environment and ensure that all Californians have convenient access to recycling." The Hill reached out to CVS for comment. CVS will have the opportunity for an evidentiary hearing, according to the statement. Now, let's go to the statement that the person said. I agree that yes, we should protect our environment. I think that we should have cleaner parks, cleaner streets, cleaner beaches, cleaner oceans. I agree. But you want to know how you do it? By convincing people, giving incentive if anything, right? Giving people the incentive, allowing the competition, right? Instead of forcing companies to accept recycling deposits, why but accepting bottles or something like that, why don't you just let them be? Imagine if like CVS starts, accepting bottles on their own accord, right? And they start saying, if you give us a plastic bottle, we will give you $1 for a bottle. It's ridiculous, I know, but they're gonna say we're gonna give you $1 a bottle for for a plastic or recyclable plastic or recyclable plastic, right? And for like $1 for like half a pound. Let's go with that. $1 for half a pound. And then CBS is doing this, and next thing you know, you see Rite Aid next door thinking, hey, CBS is giving money for recycling goods. Well, I can see this as a way to get some good, some good PR, right? To get some good, some good public attention. Hey, people, if you want to recycle, come to my store. We're gonna give you $1 for, we're gonna give you $2 for half a pound of recyclable plastics. And then they're competing, and at the same time they're helping the environment. Why? Because they're doing it out of their own free will. Now, granted, sure, they're trying to get attention and try to, yada, 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 but the government isn't involved in any of this. However, again, this idea is so fantastic that you have to involve companies, you have to force companies to do what you want them to do, and if they don't, you have to fine them. You have to force them to comply. This is where I have the problem. This is why I have a problem with California's government in some cases, because they're becoming very intrusive. Okay, I don't care if CBS doesn't want to regime recyclables. That's their business. I'm not for it. Okay, I do believe we should recycle some things, right? But I'm not in favor of the government forcing them to do what they don't want to do. It doesn't help our cause. It doesn't help the cause of helping the environment. It just makes people more resentful for it. It makes them more resentful. That is why when I see leftists complaining that Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos doesn't contribute enough, they don't pay their fair share, I don't care. If anything, if they want to donate to charities and to organizations that benefit everyone, as long as they're doing it willingly, I don't have a problem with it. If Jeff Bezos wants to keep his wealth, I don't care either. He earned it. He started a company that revolutionized the way we shop. Okay? Why am I gonna want to take half of his income? It doesn't make sense. I didn't come up with that idea. He did. He took the risk. He did. What happens if he failed? Do you think Bernie Sanders would want half of Jeff Bezos' paycheck if Amazon had failed, if it had crumbled when it had started? No, he wouldn't have cared. He only cares about the rich people that have managed to make it in life, who managed to succeed. That's who he has a problem with, even though Bernie's a millionaire. But the point is, I'm not a big fan of forcing people to do stuff they don't want to do. If Jeff Bezos says I will not donate any money to anyone, or I'm not going to give any of my money, that's his every right. He has every right to keep that money. He's earned it. But if he wants to donate to charities, I'm fine with it too. It's his own money. But what I have a problem is when the government tells you to do something you don't want to do. That's why I had a problem with Obamacare, where you had an individual mandate, meaning that by the end of the year, you either had to have Obamacare or some sort of health insurance, or if not, the government was going to take your money anyway. You were actually going to be you had to pay a fine. So the government was basically telling you, you're going to buy this product that we want you to buy, and if you don't, we're going to take your money anyway. That's insane. Right? That is literally insane. That's the problem that I have with an intrusive government. That governments, especially leftist policies and socialist policies are so fantastic that they have to be mandatory. They have to be implemented by force. So personally, I'm on the side of CVS. If they do not want to redeem recyclables, that's their business. I don't think California should play a role in forcing a company to do what it doesn't want to do. Okay, and what's next? Is California going to start fining businesses for not accepting, for not donating to companies, to organizations that are pro LGBTQ, kind of like Chick-fil-A, right? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point, right? You give them an inch, you're going to take a mile. But let me know what you guys think about this, okay? Do you guys think that, which side are you on here? Are you guys with CVS? Are you guys with California? Do you guys agree with my perspective in the sense that I do not mind recycling as long as it's done voluntarily? Same thing with CVS. Even though I don't agree with them not accepting recyclables, it's their business. I'm not gonna force them to do it. I'm gonna try to convince them probably if I want to, right? But I'm not gonna force them. It doesn't help the cause. Forcing people to accept an ideology that they're not convinced, right? That is gonna work. It doesn't help your cause. It makes you look worse. It makes you look like an authoritarian, kind of like how California is doing right now. But anyways, if you like this video, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, I recommend you subscribe if you wish to, and also hit the notifications as well. And I also recommend you do bookmark the page because sometimes you won't be properly notified all the way. And if you think this video is worthy of sharing, feel free to share with your friends. And your relatives that live in California, do you live in California? Do you agree with what California is doing right now? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.